Hello, and welcome to a brand new spanking episode of the Father from the Point podcast featuring myself, Varis, your co-host, and my co-host, Brisket McBaggins.
I thought of a name already.
Oh shit. Featuring my co-host,
Princess, Butterfly, Fairy, Picnic, Garden, Sparkles.
it's gonna be hard as shit for me to put that in the title card. Do you even notice the effort I put into the episodes? It's like every episode, it's like every
There's a name, yeah. The
every
last one
nameplate,
was
yeah.
just easier, but I have to make it harder for you. You like a good challenge, right? So.
It's true. I am man of
what's,
challenge.
So what's my name again?
It's if anything, I like to challenge myself in all aspects, physically, but mostly mentally, because people call me mentally challenged. It was like it cooked out in my head, and like it immediately just came out. Speaking of cooking in my head, it's way too early to introduce the first segment. So
What's cooking?
What's cooking? Good looking.
Oh.
We're gonna give you the best relationship advice here on the Father from the Point podcast, featuring
I dare you say my name.
my co-host. Insert co-host name here. Princess. Sparkles.
Yeah. Okay. What's cooking in
what's-
what? Life, food, the weather? Which one?
Yeah, we live together, but you know what's new?
No, you don't get to pull out any other thing today's episode.
Fair
I shouldn't
enough.
have said pull out, but no, like what are you talking about? Like cook as in food, cook as in the weather? Because I feel like I'm cooking because of the heat.
Good lord, yes.
Oh,
Good fucking lord. The weather these days has been shit. I know it sounds like a cheap and very basic small talk thing when you meet someone in public and you don't know what to talk about.
how is the weather, right?
Yeah, but like I honestly think nowadays talking about the weather is like it's like a news broadcast every time we do it, because it's bad today. It's like what 4 o'clock and we're just boiling. We always like we always turn off the fan when we're in the hot studio, the Farther from the Point studio, and we take out the fan and we turn on the air conditioning. But this
Yeah,
is
it's
this
not
is
doing
like
shit.
this is nothing. This is with the air conditioning. It's like a normal day.
Yeah, and I
Do not
think
like
it's annoying when you take a cold shower, might I add, cold shower,
God.
and then you come out, and what happens? You sweat.
It doesn't even like evaporate off your skin like the water. It just boils off.
Boils off.
It boils off your skin.
So you want sunny side up? Go out and cook.
You want to be a shrimp?
Oh.
You want to be a cookout shrimp? What's it called? The thing that was like popular like a year ago.
Ikan bilis?
No.
No, what are you talking about?
No.
Oh, the giant
Shell
squid.
out.
Shell out.
What the hell is happening?
I thought you were talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I thought you meant like the giant squid.
Talk about
The
prawns.
fried
You went
one.
to giant squid.
Mm.
What is this? The Atlantis podcast?
The Lost City. But
Underrated Disney movie.
under
The Sea.
no submerged. Never mind.
Like
under Fast and Furious. You just edit yourself as a
Speaking of
cup.
underrated movies.
No,
Family.
Dom, stop it.
Sorry.
You don't have to apologize because we're family. You're supposed to say it with me. Oh my god, that would have been a good line.
I was gonna have you take the punchline.
Oh.
Because I'll take the punchline, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, speaking of bald people,
And squid and shrimps.
Squidward.
Oh, yeah. Hey, handsome Squidward. Handsome.
It's the handsome face.
Are you doing the Rizzler? The Riz. How is it? Do your best like Riz face to the camera. And we'll get the viewers to vote. Oh. I asked for Riz, not constipation. No, you are doing the mask. Like Jim Carrey shit.
Isn't the mask just like... This is a great podcast for our audio listeners.
Yeah, it's just silence. But yeah, what about Squidward? Not much.
Squidward in the Malaysian dub. Sotong wood.
Masa hitam.
That,
Squidward is not green, black, but like.
that one's in the racist one.
Oh.
The racist iteration of it.
Squidward said the N word Malaysians got ticked off.
Yeah.
I talk about the
You know what's
dish.
honestly, it is weird that if you think about it, like giant squid, like because of like the Geylang bazaars.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love
Like-
those, the fried ones, right?
Yeah, like it's the giant squid is it's exactly what it says on the tin. It's just a squid. It's not really a giant squid. Like honestly, they're like regular sized shrimp. Then they just grill or fry them. Then what they advertise is that they will give it to you as like a whole piece.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole squid, but like put on a stick. But you know what they always do? They always like once they cook it, they chop it up to little pieces, like little bite-sized pieces. And I get the point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that though. I want to eat a whole ass squid, just on its own, eyeball and all.
I don't know why I was thinking of Boyle from Brooklyn Nine-Nine saying it snout to anus. Granted, that was a pig that with reference, but like,
Snout to anus.
but like a squid. I know what you mean, like top to
Does a
like
squid
the
have an
tentacle,
anus?
the ink.
Because the ink is a defense mechanism for
Yeah.
the ink. So you're telling me that when they run away
They
from like the
shit.
predators, they just shit in the
the
ocean.
shit.
Ever tell you how fish reproduce? Have I- Is that a thing I've talked about on the podcast before? I remember telling people that
I want to say yes, but I actually think I've heard this story in person instead of
I've
over
definitely
podcast.
told you this in person, but I remember I've told this to a few people. I just don't know. I can't remember if I said it on the podcast before.
I don't know. I mean, you can share it if you want to.
So if you don't know, or if I've never said it before, I honestly forgot. Like if you think about it, you everyone's seen a fish. We all know what a fish looks like, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all know how reproduction works.
Sex.
Sexitas. Sexy times. Or as the Arabians call it.
Intercourse.
No. That's what they call it.
Mm.
No, 4 times. But the way fish reproduce is that, like, they don't have it exactly the same as, like, mammals or many other animals, for that matter. What happens is the female, like, it lays the eggs. We've all watched Finding Nemo. Like, the eggs are just, like, laying about, right, in safe places. And the male comes in with his batter.
No, with his horned up better.
With his horned up batter. What happens is that he goes over the eggs, and then he
comes
takes his phone, scrolls a little bit on Reddit, finds something that he likes, then
Wanks.
has a little bit of alone time for about 6 to 28 minutes, and then he just comes all over the eggs. And then
Fertilization.
about a month later or so, Finding Nemo happens. Then a little retarded kid comes out. Then he gets kidnapped by a butt. And
A
then
big butt.
a really big butt. And then
Daddy
he
goes all
goes-
over the ocean finding for
Big Daddy
Big Daddy M.
has to migrate to Australia.
Took on a new mistress, a blue mistress.
He finds Ellen DeGeneres in the ocean.
She doesn't swing his way. She's lesbian.
She doesn't swing anyway.
Ellen or Dory?
Yes.
Because Dory swims a certain way.
She just keeps swimming. Or she...
But yeah, so what was your point in all of this?
To
To just say that like for like fish ends up having eggs because they just the male fish just comes all over.
Fish are a product of men shooting their sperm
The spum.
just all over the house.
the spum.
The sperm.
The bum bum.
The spunk.
Spunk.
Just all over the ocean. That's actually why the sea is salty.
That's because of whale spunk.
It's just
Whales
all
just
over
are
the
like
place. It's just
all over.
whether you like it or not. Every time you go for a swim at East Coast Park, Sentosa.
Whales, no whale will survive the waters we have.
Oh no, that's how much it is. It's like they don't have to be there. but their spunk is there.
Mm.
Every time you take a nice big cup of sea, there's
I
money.
really wonder who on earth is drinking like seawater. Like, just go inside. Hey, for you to
You
bring
don't?
mineral water, okay.
It's no problem. There's water right here. It's kind of fucked up that like 70% of the planet is covered in like water,
And you can't
and
drink.
like 90% of that
It's
is
not
not even
drinkable.
drinkable.
That's how people make money.
By drinking seawater?
No, by selling water.
Selling water. Selling seawater?
Selling any kind of water.
Damn.
Yeah.
We should sell fish spunk.
I know
Doesn't
a couple
it-
of people on eBay who would bid for it. I don't
I-
personally know them.
I do personally know him.
You have it. Who are you hanging out with?
Not on the podcast.
Username Spunkosaurus.
Shut up.
Okay. So yeah, why are you asking about like sea creatures and shell out in the first place?
Because let me tell you, I'm hungry.
For food.
I'm hungry,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the best places where you can eat, like where you have usually the best food, is not in a restaurant. At home, arguably,
It's your mom's kitchen.
sure.
Uh,
But honestly, for me,
all of your mom's
it's
kitchen.
when you have a bunch of friends and family. They come in, and they collaborate on food.
Potluck.
And what better place for them to have a big old cookout
Picnic.
than the good old picnic barbecue
Barbecue.
or potluck. Or potluck. It's a cookout is like the general term, I think.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
those good old days in the
East Coast Park.
in our childhoods where we went over to East Coast Park.
Mm.
And then we would just sit around the campfire.
So you were telling me that there is the generic term for that. It's cookout
It's cookout
because you're cooking outside.
pretty much.
Okay.
So we always just call it barbecue, but if you think about it,
Barbecue is when you actually you need the barbecue part of it.
Yeah.
That's a barbecue.
but if you think about it, it's not just barbecue. You know, people come in, they bring in like noodles from home that they've already cooked. It's like in a big plastic Tupperware bucket. They kind of just scoop out and eat.
You're talking about bihun, right?
Obviously, birthday bihun. It's classic. It's a Singapore classic.
I still need to understand why birthday, but
Because you always serve it at birthdays.
who does that?
Singaporeans.
Do you guys do that? Like
Leave it in the comments below. Do you know what birthday bihun is, or am I just weird?
Second one.
Alright, I mean
please.
that one's a given.
But yeah, like I just call it like, okay, there's two ways I identify it. Bihun, white. Mee siam, orange, can be eaten dry or with the gravy. I actually prefer it without the
Just say
kuah.
wet.
Yeah, but yeah. So to me, bihun, white, mee siam, orange. If you cook it till it's a bit brown, you fucked up somewhere. I take my vermicelli seriously. There are
How
brown
do you-
like bihun.
What's brown bihun?
It's not orange, it's not beige, it's
Okay,
just
what,
brown.
soy sauce?
Whatever they do, they try and make kway teow, but with like that vermicelli.
Huh.
I really don't like the taste of the brown one. But
Shit.
yeah, so I don't
mean-
call it birthday bihun. I'm not saying I've never had it at a birthday, but it's like rare. So I'm just wondering, is it just his thing, or like do y'all actually know what birthday bihun is?
Help me out here. Leave in the comments. Send me an email. Send me an Insta message.
You don't reply to
Fucking
Insta
write
messages.
to me. I won't reply for about 3 years, but you know, I'll read it.
Eventually.
But shit, if you're so sensitive about bihun, then how about you tell me now, first segment, what are you bringing to the cookout?
Nasi goreng.
Oh,
Oh, wait, sorry. Wait. I had the answer virus. That's just my favorite food. But the thing is, I need more context. Meaning, like, am I having this cookout in Singapore, or I can have this cookout anywhere in the world?
It's like one of those like nice chalets at Changi.
So still
So
Singapore.
It's Singapore. It's a barbecue pit, but it's not like East Coast Park where it's just kind of open and
Okay.
it's
Aloha.
nice.
Loyang. Chalets.
I'm pretty sure Aloha Loyang is gone.
Yeah, because too many teenagers threw up inside by being drunk.
Shut up! Exposing Aloha Loyang's secrets to our parents. Not our parents, everyone's parents.
It's everyone's parents. If some of the young parents were probably in there puking in the first
They
place.
probably conceived in that.
They started being a parent because of that chalet.
Leave in the comments below. Were you conceived at Aloha Loyang? Because if you were,
Nice to meet you. Aloha.
send me a private message.
Why?
No reason.
Oh, just want to build networking.
Pretty much.
Okay.
We need young blood.
But yeah, so okay, Aloha Loyang, as in okay, fine, chalet. If it's
but,
not Aloha,
it's,
okay,
it's
fancy,
not Aloha Loyang.
fancy
Okay, you know what?
Changi chalet.
For the benefit of
Changi
of
Coast?
like students, it's like not the Changi ones, not like there's the civil service club chalets there, but you need to be like
members.
yeah, you need to be a member there. But like maybe like the I want to say the Pasir Ris one, those kinds where it's basically like a bunch of terrace houses and there's a barbecue pit outside. So like you have like a fridge, there's an indoor part, but there's a nice, decently sized barbecue pit.
Okay.
Nothing fancy about the barbecue pit. It's
What
just a
do-
big stone thing. You
Okay.
put charcoal and there's like a bunch of shitty bars that really should be cleaned, but no one ever does.
Okay, then I have a follow-up question. So firstly, I didn't know it's in Singapore. You narrowed it down to Pasir Ris, so that helps. Is it a party? Is there a theme? Or it's just a get-together kind of a thing?
It's just to get together. No themes. It's just
Okay.
like the invitation
Mm-hmm.
is like here's a barbecue. We're having a cookout. Bring whatever you want.
And no age group. I realize I'm treating this like an events planner, but like that's like how much thought I have to what I bring out. Is there an age group? Last question.
People your age or around your age.
So okay, and what would I bring? Nasi goreng. After
Ah,
asking
damn.
everything.
This goes back
I'm
to number
kidding.
one.
Okay, honestly, if it's people my age, cookout. Okay, the truth is this: in a barbecue setting, anything that involves a barbecue is depending on what role you play there, right? You're either the person behind the grill, are you the one like usually with the drinks?
The
Like,
fanner.
are you the one inside gaming because there's a TV inside in those type of chalets? Are you the one blasting music? Like there's different roles. Are you the one ending up
agree.
sharing stories or pacifying a lot of people because you're the designated counselor for people who drink too much and you have to listen to them? So there's so
that
many
one came
roles.
from in here.
Yeah, in there.
Came
too
from-
many times. Okay, but the thing is, it depends on your role, right? So and trust me, people behind the grill, the barbecue grill, right? Mad respect for them because it's hot as hell. It takes a lot of time to get the fire getting started because you start from nothing, and that fanning shit takes a lot of energy, which means usually if I'm helping behind the grill, at max I'm passing them chicken. I don't really do the barbecue because it's just tedious.
You feed the chefs.
Yeah, if they make, I'll make sure the food's in their mouth. They are getting drinks. That's what I do. I'm not gonna do the work. So if I'm bringing something to a barbecue, it's definitely gonna be either passed to the people who are going to cook, or I bring something that can be prepped a little different, right? Honestly, what I would do if it's a bunch of people my age, our age in fact, I think I would bring something more meaty because we do like meat.
Meat is a classic. I
But
think.
to make me feel a bit special, because let's treat it like this barbecue weights. Everybody's actually pulling their own weight. That means nobody's bringing a bag of potato chips saying I contribute kind of level. I would actually bother to go and Google.
We're lucky to have those. Like the people who just show up empty-handed,
I,
and then
hey,
they
you
just
invited,
eat.
I'm just here.
They eat and drink. They don't cook at all. They don't help with the actual
Cleaning,
cooking.
nothing.
No, they don't. They definitely don't have to clean because they leave early. They leave the earliest.
yeah.
They come in. They fuck around.
They have a meal.
They fuck around and they will never ever find out.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think what
You
I
know
would
who
do
you are.
is... Yeah, exactly.
You bastards.
All of y'all. But yeah, I would definitely I think I would, in this day and age, Google, YouTube or TikTok, Reddit even if needed, but probably one of those three. I'll Google a recipe and I would bring, and I'll make it at home first a little bit, homemade patties. I will actually bother to make homemade
like
patties.
Beef patties.
If I want chicken and chicken, but something like that could be beef or chicken, so it's something meaty. But the patties I already prepped it at home, but it needs to be grilled over the barbecue, which the people, let's say probably him, behind the grill is the one grilling it, but the patty is like freshly made.
It is. It is one
So I
thing
think
that
I'll do something like that.
like it has always been a thing for me because I like burgers.
You
I,
love
I really like burgers.
burgers.
And it's like I like burgers to the point where I honestly appreciate like a $2 beef patty that's made out of just like lean beef and a little
You
bit of
mean
egg yolk.
ready-made? Or,
Yeah, like something as simple as that.
Okay.
Where it's like the only real addition to it
Seasoning?
is just like it's not even seasoning, just salt. Like just salt. You do it like smash burger style, where you make it like really thin and like low key kind of crispy, and like you put like a slice of cheese on top, and then you serve it with bread. And
Call it a day.
I like that way more than I'm not even kidding. Any burger that costs above $8 anywhere. I've had so many burgers from so many restaurants that are like $25,
30 plus.
$30 odd.
Because sometimes it's the beef.
Yeah, but it's like I honestly don't think you need expensive beef for burgers.
Yeah, I don't know. I would still that's what I would bring. I would bring like homemade one.
Yeah, like those. Like I honestly think like homemade burgers. You just gotta practice it a little bit how to make it into a patty. But once you do it, it's easy to make.
It's actually
Those,
because easy. You're at home with me, so you're also the one grilling, but you're also the one helping to make.
Pretty much. But like those burgers, I tell you, they are infinitely better than
It is
any burger you can
nice.
get in any restaurant.
It's tasty. Plus, you control the seasoning. I also feel that
Yeah,
way.
you can add whatever you want. Add
Exactly.
garlic in there. I tell you, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah. So that's what I would bring. But what would you bring? Although I know you'll be working on the grill, but what would you bring then?
I was gonna say burgers. I don't know why I expected you to say like I don't know, like chicken or something. I don't know why. But for me,
I mean, I would one with. I mean, that's why I asked you those other questions to see like what's the demographic, what like this and that, you know, that kind. But like
for
I
me, honestly, hot dogs.
if not, it would have been burgers. Right?
It would have been burgers, but hot dogs is my next answer because it's such a like. Obviously, I'm not gonna like buy like the supermarket ones.
You made this from scratch.
I wish I knew how to make because
It is.
I mean honestly,
the
it's
way hot dogs are
not.
made.
It's not hard to make it. It's just you need such a specific piece of equipment for it.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously, there's like the casings and all that.
The like the
Like that's the
churner.
part that makes it so hard to get into. Because since it's such a specific machine, it costs quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's cheap, it's so hard to get.
But fine, if that's the case, then if you let's just take the hot dogs out. What kind of burgers would you bring then?
Honestly, it's just classic beef
Made or bought?
made.
So I was right. I gave an answer for both of us. Came from the same house.
Burgers. It's
So
such a.
I'll find a recipe. I'll show it to you, and then you'll make it.
I do have a recipe for smash burgers.
Watch as we review the smash burger the next episode.
Look out for a cooking tutorial.
oh,
We'll become a
shit.
cooking channel.
I would actually bring something. I'm actually very excited about this. This is not food though, but I would buy ingredients, and while the people, whoever that's manning the grill, is making barbecue, because burgers are being made, I would make the milkshake from scratch in the kitchen. Because you said there's fridge and everything. I would actually make
It's not a full kitchen, but like,
Close
there's
enough.
a fridge, there's like a little prep space, there's a
Watch
sink.
me. I will make the best milkshake. I'm a very huge milkshake fans. So for all you suck-ass people who just like a chocolate or strawberry shake, the only right answer is vanilla. If you say cookies and cream, sure. But I would
I was gonna say cookies and cream.
That's the but that is if the cookies and cream can taste bad, if the vanilla part of the cookies and cream they mess up.
You're not wrong. Yeah, it's all about the
The
balance
vanilla
of it.
is the
Yeah.
main thing, and there are places that I've had. To me, it's a make or break if they screw up a vanilla milkshake. It's like if you serve, and I've had it before. I've had shit vanilla milkshakes where I'm like, you know what? Never again, because you cannot screw up vanilla. But the thing is, you can.
I remember there was a restaurant we had where you were very excited about the vanilla milkshake because I think for that time you haven't had a vanilla milkshake in a long time.
Yeah.
And then you finally had it, and it was just bad.
Yeah.
It was just like it had like ice chunks in it. It wasn't like mixed properly.
Yeah. I asked
There
for
was
a
like a-
milkshake, not ice blend. Like
That's the thing. Yeah, it was an ice blend, but it wasn't even like blended properly because like there's like a layer. There was a separation of like just milk,
yeah.
and then the rest of it was like blended ice
Yeah.
and whatever sad ice cream they had that was like freezer burnt to all hell.
I cannot.
It's
So
bad.
yeah. So I would definitely like be I would get the ingredients, of course, and I would bring the ingredients over there and freshly make a good batch of like milkshake. If I'm pretentious and because it's a group our age, if I can find those really cute old milkshake glasses, I would. I really love to. You know how some people when they drink beer, they have to drink it in a what do you call it? A beer mug, a beer
Stein.
stein. Is that what it's called? I don't know. It's the big the Greek
The
one.
big mug.
The big
yeah.
mug. Like
The only word I can
drinking-
think of is a Stein. But
I'll trust your word on that. Like I have no idea the cup's name, but like drinking. I'm not saying other people don't drink beer in another kind of a glass. Maybe they have like a. Is it Guinness has its own kind of glass and stuff, right? Like it's a bit taller. Different beers have whatever shit. For me, a milkshake just tastes so much better in that milkshake cup glass. With a little thing, you got a little straw. You put a little whipped cream, put a little cherry. Nobody wants to eat a cherry, but just put a little bit cherry. Oh my god.
if it was a drink I had to bring, it's a very specific thing for me because
Can I guess?
shoot
Lemonade.
close.
Oh shit. What
It is basically lemonade, but
Oh, what is it?
like hear me out, a base of Ribena. Like it's like you make lemonade like from
Separately?
like lemon juice, sugar, and water.
Uh-huh.
The classic lemonade, but you splash Ribena in it as much as like to taste basically, because like regular lemonade is super sour,
Of course.
which in this weather means it's super refreshing because a little bit of science. Like the reason why a lot of sour things are refreshing is because when you drink sour things,
Mm-hmm.
it tricks your like mouth into activating your saliva glands.
Yeah.
So you know sometimes when you drink sour drinks or
Here.
you eat like Skittles, yeah, like in the back of your mouth it gets like it has like sharp. It's not exactly pain.
It'll feel sometimes like that.
Yeah,
like if
it's
you
just-
bite lemon.
Yeah, like it's that weird feeling you get.
Yeah.
Like it's not painful, but it's like
it's still a bit pain. It shocks
some
you.
some people like think it's painful. but
I think
that's-
women have it more than guys though. When your jaw feels like it's almost locked kind of thing, like
Yeah.
yeah, that feeling, yeah.
that feeling. It's the reason why it hurts is because that's your saliva glands.
Going on overdrive.
Like they're going on overdrive they're going from like 0 to like 100.
Oh, 0 to Vin
Yeah.
Diesel. Okay, understand.
0 to family.
Zero
Yeah.
to family.
So that's the reason why it hurts. But at the same time, that exact pain is why it's refreshing because now your mouth has a fresh supply of saliva, and because your mouth isn't dry, it tricks you into thinking, "Oh, it's nice. It's nice now. I was dehydrated, now I'm hydrated."
But why
great.
Rabina?
Because some people, because of that pain, it's too sour. But a lot of people's main response is, "Oh, just add sugar or add water to dilute
Which
it."
is what a lot of people do. That's
A
why
lot.
some lemonades are very
It
sweet.
becomes super sweet because they just like because the lemon, if you get really good zesty ass lemons,
Mm-hmm.
it's naturally super sour. So to combat that, because the main ingredients it's just 3 ingredients, they combat it by just adding sugar. And because it's super sour, the amount of sugar you add, it neutralizes the sourness so much, and then you taste the sugar almost at the same amount. So instead of like sugar, right, you combat it with Ribena because Ribena is sweet, but like blackcurrant on its own it has a very mellow flavor.
Yeah.
So that it directly rivals the sourness. So what you get is it's not only like sour and refreshing, but the taste is very balanced, and it's just chef's kiss emoji. Chef hat, the
and then
emoji.
and the mustache.
and the mustache.
And the heart that comes out of the mouth when they kiss. Yeah, that face. Yeah, so okay.
It's great.
So when are we
I
going for our
like-
cookout then?
Whenever the weather isn't fucking
Don't
hell on
be.
earth, good lord, I don't even want to go to. It's like I want to go to the beach, but I don't want to go to the beach.
Oh my god, I will kill to go to the beach. It's been so long.
I would
But
love to
I
have a
know,
beach
I know,
there.
I know what you mean.
It's
the
the
weather.
heat is terrible.
We were supposed to go. I forgot. I wanted to go in June.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then it was like, but the weather,
Yeah,
and then
the-
July, but the weather, and now it's October, but the weather.
Now it's like no, it's just the question doesn't even come up because it's not because of the weather. It's just the weather. It's terrible. God, But shit,
Yeah.
now that we know what we would like to bring to a cookout, to our cookout, but now we are talking about what our friends in the West like to say all the damn time.
Tengah?
I meant the global West.
Oh,
I realized that.
sorry. I'm thinking Tengah, Jurong, Lakeside. Where are you talking about?
They're happy to be alive when they wake up in the morning.
Ah.
But I'm talking about our good old friends, the African Americans.
Mm-hmm.
They have
their cookout.
having a cookout is part of like their
tradition. It's
I guess
but
so,
it has
yeah.
like a family tradition. I feel like it's been.
They have because of the fact that a lot of them have landed properties. They live in houses a lot, so that means they have a yard, and with a yard comes communal space that they like to share with their neighbors, their families, their friends. So they have to have they have like a very regular potluck. And there was a thing on a while on TikTok where there was this guy who, I guess somehow de facto became like the guy, the cookout guy on TikTok.
The cookout guy.
The cookout guy, yeah. And if you've seen him, he was like this guy who always pretend to be ironing. I don't know why. I don't really know the full context, but
I think you and I get very different algorithms.
we have very different FYPs. But
Yeah.
like his whole thing was like white people would be doing something that like would be considered like black approved, but like done in a proper way, not like a exploited way or just a
Cultural
appropriated way.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just good and well hearted.
okay.
And his response to those kinds of videos, like when he's like stitched at the end, is well, this person, he's invited to the cookout. So which gives me the question.
When are
that
we getting
means-
invited? Oh.
Oh no, God, we need to earn a lot for a place in the cookout. But in that greatest cookout, the greatest cookout where you have everyone you know and love there,
Mexicans. Oh no.
all of them, you have all the best foods from every culture. They are represented in the greatest cookout.
Okay.
When the aliens come down to fucking annihilate us off the face of the entire universe. And our one saving grace is, well, here's a meal for you. We can cook, I guess. That will be the greatest cookout. So, in your opinion, what should be at the greatest cookout?
Nasi goreng. Okay. The greatest cookout.
I mean, shit, if fried rice is
Sorry.
there, why? And not only why, but because of fried rices, like it's
Legend.
legend. It surpasses multiple generations. Which kind of fried rice? Because there are multiple, and you know it, viewer.
I have my own preference to which one I like the most.
So
But
what?
that's me. It's not. I'm not sure in a global span. I don't even think other parts
Could
of the
be
world.
if it's your favorite and you think it deserves to be at the greatest cookout.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
What kind of fried rice is that?
Is the Indian? Honestly, in Singapore, it's not fully Indian. It's the Indian Muslim fried rice is dark or bright in orange. Some done right. The color is because of the paste and flavors used. Done in this day and time is just food coloring. So, no.
I once saw a food, like I was at a hawker center once and I saw food coloring.
Yeah, they do it to
It's
just
like-
visually make it look more nice, but it doesn't do anything for the taste.
It kind of like ruined it for me a little
Yeah.
bit.
So it's like so for me it's like those, like in Singapore context they call it, I don't want to say it, like if my mom watches it I'm going to get flagged for saying the word, but I don't mean it in any bad way. It's just the way Singaporeans identify that.
It's the colloquial term.
Yeah, it is
Colloquial.
the nasi goreng mama style. That one, it's like the one I like is like orange in color. It's spicy as shit. The spice, when you say spice, is not just cut chili padi and put inside, which is why I say Indian Muslim, not Malay style. Because Indian Muslims are like, because Indian is culture, like is the racial part of it, right? They cook with like instead of chili padi, sometimes certain things is like chili paste, a lot of ground up spices already blended and mixed into the mixture, so the rice itself has that flavor. When you cut chili padi and put, unless you bite the chili padi, it's not going to be that spicy.
Yeah.
And that for me is a no. And what's cooked inside it, usually I like the one with like, a preference for me is the mutton ones. Sometimes mutton, Muslims can eat beef, so sometimes it's beef that's inside.
I think when it comes to like Indian Muslim cooking, like
Yeah.
we have like the gorings, like
Oh,
rice,
the gorings, yeah. And the
mee,
egg.
Maggi. I think like if you want like the real thing, I know a lot of people go for chicken. I honestly think mutton
Mutton goes better.
is the one you should
Yeah.
get.
And also once again, it honestly depends. Like if my mom at home when she makes it, she says mutton, but the thing is she doesn't cook mutton as much. She cooks beef, but she just calls it mutton. But
That was confusing for me for a while.
but like outside, like in places, sometimes when they say mutton, they actually mean mutton. But some places, if you have eaten enough mutton and beef, you can differentiate the meat. Is this goat or cow? You know, but like yeah, so I mean, I do have a preference for beef anyways, but like yeah, those mutton like nasi goreng, and then it's cooked nicely. They even have the egg broken inside and fried together with it, and then the little sunny side up on top. And for me, because I'm a bit extra, I always ask, can I have a hot dog at the side? If they really love me, they'll actually cut it and mix it together with the rice. And I'm like, so when I'm taking a bite, like, oh, hot dog, you know, that kind of a thing. Like that, I think if the aliens were to invade, if they have that kind of fried rice, I think in a cookout sense, if you have
I
that,
would say
not a lot, you know, just have a little bit of it with other fried goods and
Yeah.
shit, with a refreshing like soft drink or your lemonade, it would be so good.
I think that's what separates like cookout food from a lot of other kinds of food. Because cookout food is supposed to be simple, right? Like because you really just it's like you have a source of heat, which is like the grill itself. Maybe you would bring in some like special stuff.
I think for nasi
But-
goreng, they usually a proper one they use are like a wok kind of
Yeah.
style, but that's it.
But it's like, you know what? For some I've seen places, I've seen it in Singapore even where people bring in like it's like a little portable stove.
Yeah,
And like then they bring in like woks and pans
Yeah.
and all that. And I always thought it was a bit much.
over
but
the top.
like honestly, you know what? Fuck it, it's your cookout.
It's yours.
If
You do you.
wanna make fucking stir fry at your cookout, it's easy. You don't have to do that much prep.
Yeah,
You don't need to like marinate shit for hours.
yeah.
Unless you
I think
marinate it at home. But
Safe
like yeah, it's
But yeah.
easy, and you know what? Fried rice it fits the bill because you just combine that shit in a big wok,
Oh,
toss it around a little bit, make sure it's incorporated nicely.
yeah.
Put it on a nice little styrofoam plate. There's your cookout food.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Oh, I would kill for some good nasi goreng now.
Okay, I would love to cook actually.
No, you okay. This is the husband and wife portion part of it. You will definitely be able to make nasi goreng, and I know, and I do love his cooking. Don't get me wrong, but for you to
That's
learn
right,
to
man.
master
Man can cook.
I don't know why the thing just went into my head. Man's not hot. The thing goes pat pat pat. Sorry.
Shout out to classic memes of 20.
Tense.
Was it that long ago? It was like 13 years ago. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
I will put a pin in that. I don't
That-
feel old. It kind of hit me like a brick wall.
Okay, before you go into a crisis mode,
Ah.
I think you'll definitely be able to cook like fried rice. I got no doubt about that.
I just need the
However,
ingredients.
no, I actually don't think you would be able to pull off the Indian Muslim style. That is ingredients is one thing. I think you will also need practice because cooking fried rice, there's so many versions of fried rice. I can say egg fried rice. How hard is that? But the version of fried rice I'm telling you actually requires skill, which is why I'm not trying to say who does it better. I am actually. When it comes to this kind of fried rice, that's why I specifically said nasi goreng, but it's not Malay or like Indian. What it's specifically Indian Muslims. Their style for that fried rice is just my preference. To a point that if anybody were to ask me like, hey, you know what's your favorite dish in the whole wide world, it's still nasi goreng. What is the one dish you could eat if like I'm locked in prison and that's my final meal on earth? Nasi goreng.
That should have been the question.
But yeah, but
What's your death row meal?
it's still that, but it's very specific. Like this is the kind of meal. So if you ever manage to do that, I shall not finish the end of the sentence on this podcast.
Thank you very much for watching the podcast.
Time for you to cook.
Fuck off.
But yeah, what
Man's
would
gotta cook. We gotta cook, Jesse.
Jesse?
It's Breaking Bad.
I don't
We
watch.
gotta cook methamphetamines, Jesse.
Oh,
It's a drug.
I know
Don't
that.
do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
Do it. Just do it. Like Shia LaBeouf said.
God, now that's a data reference.
Yeah, I just quote a lot of old memes.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I think, what would you bring then? If we say greatest cookout, right?
Mhm.
What would you bring? There's a can of beans.
I'll just bring a can of baked beans that you cook over the
I
fire.
myself will send you to the aliens.
And then if you're feeling a little adventurous, put a little glizzy in the middle.
What's that?
Just young people speak for a hot dog.
Glizzy.
Glizzy.
Why?
Man, do I look like I'm 8 years old to you? Yeah, I just hear this shit and I say it to make me sound smart and
No,
relevant.
you sound so stupid, glizzy in the middle.
Glizzy.
I just thought it's some glitter thing, like edible glitter. Is that what it's called?
It's just glizzy. Glizzy.
Gen Z and
All of you will
Generation
be the
Alpha.
death of me.
All
Every
of
last
you.
one of you.
Yeah, but so what would you bring though?
Honestly, kebab.
Shawarma?
Like the
Proper.
Turkish kebab. Not like a shish kebab, like a kebab that's like wrapped. Because honestly, for me, a cookout means like it's grilled meat. Because of the way the grill works
Okay.
and everything, because the method of cooking is very unique to a grill. Because not only is there direct heat from like the coals and all that, it's the smoke from it. So it's a mix of all that, and because kebabs are basically just like grilled meat. Like, I mean there is the big tower meat
Yeah,
that you always
then
see
you
at the
slice
pasar
it,
malams,
yeah.
but you can
It's
kind
not
of
just
like,
pasar malams, but yeah, okay.
and I don't know, turkey, I guess.
No, like you can see it in restaurants also, depending how
Yeah,
they.
and but it doesn't matter because now let me bite the big stick of meat.
You just want to bite it
So-
from the stick, right?
So who cares? But like, yeah,
Okay,
it's
Evangeline.
just- it's like it's a kebab,
Mhm.
but with grilled meat instead of like whatever method of cooking that is tornado meat. So you just grill up meat like brisket style. Then you cut it up, put it in a
wrap
wrap, which is also cooked over the grill
Yeah.
because
the extra.
just mix it together. A little bit of lettuce for that extra crunch, sauce in there if you want, a little bit of lemon for that zest. Wrap it up nice, put it back onto the grill for that extra little heat to seal it up. Just like that. Just that.
So not only will you bring
It's
kebab to
easy.
like the greatest cookout for the aliens, you'll convince them that that's the best shit that they can ever eat.
That is it. Because what is more historic when it comes to like humanity's like food, like humanity's culinary skill than putting meat in the middle of carbohydrates? Because I just wanna can I end one debate real quick? Can I have my humble little stick that will destroy all the gears in a very big argument on the internet?
What?
Just a quick one, just to end it off. You know how a lot of people say that like, oh, hamburgers are American? Like Americans
Is
say
it
the
even?
hamburger is American. A lot of people say the hamburger came from America. But then the British, they say, well, actually, it comes from Hamburg in Germany or whoever
Yeah,
the fuck.
I was gonna say, wasn't it Germany?
It's like some asshole in Hamburg, John Hamburg or something. Like he put a piece of meat in a bun and then he ate it and he called it a day, and then that's why we call it a hamburger.
Okay.
Can I just
You want to end an argument?
I just want to end it once and for all,
By?
because I just want to say that if we credited that to some asshole, like it's one guy in Germany and he created this burger, then it is the most culturally appropriated thing, one of the most culturally appropriated things possibly in history, because back then they didn't have shit like mayo. Probably they didn't have ketchup.
Ketchup was not, yeah.
According to all these stories, it's literally just a bun that he broke in half and put a piece of beef in it. You're telling me no one has ever done that ever in like the history of humanity? You're telling me it when we discovered wheat, you know, like we have this like stock. Then some guy was like, you know, it'd be cool if we crushed it. And then they did, and then they got this white powder from it, flour, right?
Oh.
And then they were like, hey, you know what we should do with this? Should mix it with some water, some yeast, I don't know what the fuck that is, some eggs, I think, a bit of salt. Then not only that, then we're gonna stick it in a fire for a couple of minutes, and then out comes a loaf of bread. You're telling me that when that was happening across the world, in like Egypt, when they discovered bread, and like you have like Asian cultures which discovered like rice,
Yeah.
and like from there we made like dumplings and shit. Tell me, no one ever thought of
Putting meat.
like, hey, we have meat, we have chicken, we have cows, right? We eat that. Why don't we just put it in the dumplings? We put it in the bread that we eat. Tell me some asshole in Germany is the first person in the history of forever.
Maybe first person recorded.
Well, fuck that. Has there ever been actually like recorded? Because to my knowledge, it's just a sit thing. Just because there happens to be.
I wasn't born.
Forgiven. But yeah, we've had meat and bread. It's probably like the earliest form of like food in like history. So only like in the last 100 or so years, some
Vegans. Oh.
some shithead, Earl of Hamburg or whatever the fuck, he was the first one to have that the monocle. Peasant, come here with that beef brisket. Put it betwixt my thighs.
Yeah, okay.
Put it betwixt thine bread.
Breadeth.
My thine breadeth. Then he comes in. Here comes her. He comes in. Puts together. What a contraption this is. He takes a bite. Good heavens! This is exquisite. This is extraordinary.
Wait, is it a guy or is it an old woman? Which
Yeah.
voice are you going for? Just old?
Yep. German.
That's not a German accent. Do the N word.
Not the bargain.
Not the N word, like the 4-letter N word. German.
9. Alright.
Oh, it is a 4-letter word, yeah.
Wait, what were you thinking of?
Nazi.
Oh god.
Yeah. I was like, do a German accent. Which one? The Nazi one was what I was thinking. But I'm like, in this day and time with all the political issues happening, I'm so sorry. Should have sound more sincere, but like nah. How many of you are even gonna watch this? If we ever become like we blow up and they go back and to find all the episodes we've
I'll
been doing
stand
shit.
by it.
Yeah, no.
I'll
I
stand
will
by.
get slandered for the Queen's episode. But I'm like, oh, what? Banned from going to like London? Okay. US, y'all will still take me in, right?
What are you gonna
Thanks.
do? She's not even here anymore.
I'm very close to the thing. No wonder it's squeaking.
Quite.
Yeah, I'm sorry if y'all picked that up. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Trying your best. Unlike the Duke of Hamburg or
Oh.
Earl of Hamburg, Hamburger.
Hamburglar. He was the Hamburglar.
Oh my god, he was the original Hamburger.
Hamburglar, he sold it.
Hamburg, you washed the
We
fuck
caught
up.
it. Oh, I thought you were gonna say, yeah,
Oh.
we caught you. He's dead, but like, yeah, we caught him.
We'll raid your grave, eat your bones.
So this has been a fun episode of Father from the Point. I'm your co-host. Let me start the ending first. I'm your co-host, Princess Butterfly Fairy Picnic Garden Sparkle. I got it one take. And this is my co-host.
Wanted by Interpol.
What did you start the episode with? You just said Farish,
I always
right?
just say my name. That's like the
Oh.
bit is
Is
it's
this
I'm
me?
always the co-host and you're always the co-host
Co-host.
with the name.
With the name.
Yeah, with the name.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
We should end the episode like just like this, and then you put your hand there. And can you like put like a burger inside?
There you go. So what are you gonna bring to the greatest cookout? Tell us
Your
in the
mama,
comment. Oh gosh. What would your mama bring to the greatest cookout? I'll tell you what
mama-
she ain't bringing. Her husband. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the Fun From The Point podcast.
I said it already.
My co-host has signed off for me. I'm taking the day off.
To make burgers. Now. I'm kidding, no.
Tell your mama to bring her noodles. And I will see you again in the next episode.
We will see.
We will see you in the next episode. Your mama.
So, okay.
Alright.